Hello, I'm Jack.
And I'm Eleanor.
Welcome to episode 2. It's sunny. We're doing the Ryde to Newport line. The Ryde to Newport line was opened by the Ryde to Newport Railway in 1875, with the section from Smallbrook Junction down to Ryde St John's being laid alongside the already existing Ryde to Ventnor line, thus making it double track. From here the line ran through Havenstreet and Wootton before following the River Medina down to the island's capital at Newport. Then later on in 1877 it was merged with 2 other lines to become the Isle of Wight Central Railway. Now once again we have a conundrum, because part of this line is still functional as the Isle of Wight Steam Railway, in fact, which means that for part of this line we're going to have to take the train once again. Now we could just walk the disused section of this line, but we've set ourselves the mission of visiting every single station that ever was, of which I believe there are 40. So today we're starting here at Smallbrook Junction, and then we're going to head down that way along the steam railway to a request stop called Ashy. Smallbrook Junction wasn't a station on the line until 1991, when the Isle of Wight Steam Railway restored the heritage line to the site. Oddly, the station is not accessible by foot, only by an interchange platform for the island line. The steam railway station, as you'd expect, has been decorated in age-appropriate features, as the island line side is more basic and functional. Our locomotive for the trip is WD-92 Wagoner, a newly overhauled austerity tank engine which had been built in 1953 for work on the Longmoor Military Railway in Hampshire. So the next stop is Ashy. We're on the train right now, and it's a request stop, which means you have to ask the guard, who then asks the driver to stop for you. So we've positioned ourselves in a carriage that will stop at the platform, and hopefully he remembers. We climb out of Smallbrook Junction and under Ashy Road, continuing up the 1 in 75 incline towards the summit of the line just before Ashy. Ashy Station opened in 1875 and was originally the only station on the line to have a passing loop. Ironically now, it's the only station on the Heritage Railway to not have one. The original station is now a private residence, and part of the former platform is still visible. In 1953 the station was downgraded to a halt and resituated to where it is now. The line through Ashy closed in 1966, but reopened as part of the Heritage Line in 1991. Unusually though, if we take a look at this OS map from 1907, we can see that there once was a second station in Ashy. Now you wouldn't have thought it, but this undergrowth here, this little bit of woodland here, there used to be a railway line which used to branch off the main one and come up alongside this hedgerow and go into the side of Ashy Down into a quarry. And along this little bit of railway line there used to be another station called Ashy Racecourse. Ashy Racecourse Station opened in 1884 to ferry passengers to and from the races. The racecourse itself consisted of a track and a wooden grandstand. Now it's difficult to approximate exactly where Ashy Racecourse Station was, but we believe it was next to the grandstand, and according to the maps it was around here somewhere, which is where the grandstand was, just the other side of the hedge there. The grandstand itself was gutted by fire in 1929 and no trace of it or the station remain. The only clue that there was ever a railway line here is this tunnel entrance, which once served the quarry the other side of the main road. Back on the train, the next station is Havenstreet, centre of the award-winning Isle of Wight Steam Railway. So we're here at Havenstreet, at the steam railway, the centre of the steam railway. There's plenty to do here. We're going to go and have some lunch, and then we're going to go and have a look round to all the museums and the train story, and then we're going to go get the next train up the line to Wootton, to the next station. Havenstreet now consists of multiple workshops, storage sheds and museums. It was once just a small station on a single line until Southern Railways installed a crossing loop in 1926. Since the Steam Railway took over the site in 1971, it has managed to build an iconic collection of stock, including these two ex-Ryde Pier trams and a Class 483 underground unit, which ran on the Island line until the start of 2021. We jump on the train for the last time this series and head up the line to the west terminus of the Heritage Line at Wootton. The station itself has been beautifully decorated, depicting a bygone era of the Isle of Wight Central Railway. Now I should say Wootton New Station, because as authentic as it looks, this station was actually built in 1986 by the Isle of Wight Steam Railway. The original station is 200 yards that way. The original Wootton station was opened in 1875 on the opposite side of the road. It closed prematurely though in 1953 due to a low footfall and landslips from the bank above. So we just come down this incline here, and there used to be a railway bridge there going underneath the main road, and down here somewhere amongst this foliage is the original Wootton station. We're going to see if there's any platforms remaining. I doubt there will be. I'm going to have a rummage round. Apart from an odd brick structure and some scattered masonry, nothing could be found in the undergrowth, at least where I was searching. So we hopped back on the path and moved towards Newport, the next station on the line being Whippingham. Crossing Park Road, the alignment continues dead straight to Whippingham Station. At this point in the video it's time to pass over to Eleanor to tell you a bit about one of her favourite historical figures and their important connection with the station itself.
Hi! Did you know that Whippingham Station was built for one reason? The sole reason was the proximity of a private residence for one person. A very important person. Her Majesty Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was a great admirer of the railway development. In 1842 she became the first British monarch to travel by train. Because of this, a number of private stations were built for the monarch and the royal family's use. One of which was Whippingham, built in 1875 to allow her to travel the short distance to her favourite private seaside retreat, Osborne House. It was only after Queen Victoria's death in 1901 that Whippingham became a public station. Her Highness was not the only historical woman to be associated with Whippingham Station though. Another important key figure was Emily Merwood, who in 1888 became the station mistress at Whippingham after inheriting the role from her father-in-law. Whippingham Station closed in 1953, though the line through it was still in use until 1966.
So we're at Whippingham Station, and just behind me over here is Owen, who's been very kind to us, letting us have a look at his land. Hello Owen. And telling us some great facts about Whippingham itself. It's really lovely, it's been restored really well, it's absolutely beautiful. And we're going to get a couple shots here, and then we're going to head on down the line towards Newport. So it's all been rebuilt?
Yeah, I mean this is it was done in the 70s, so it's pretty much a new roof in the 70s, but
yes,
using this original tiles.
So this was reputed to be Victoria's waiting room?
Yes.
Wow.
She only documentation says she only came here once.
Okay.
And that was to go to Ventnor to open up the hospital, which is now the Portait.
Yes, 1888, I think it's something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
So, because of course, as soon as they opened the station,
yeah,
they built the pier in Osborne Bay.
Okay, so she could get the boat across straight away.
Yeah.
After we said our thank yous to Owen for showing us around his wonderful home, it was onwards down the track bed, which follows the alignment of the main road, along Fairley and into Newport. So we're now at the point in which the walkable part of this line ends. As you can see behind me, there is a fence, which there is a bridge behind that, which we can't walk across. And down here, we're going to have to walk down this embankment, down to the main road along Fairley, and then join the line a little further up. The short diversion away from the track bed may have been frustrating, but it wasn't long before we were back on the alignment and walking down towards Newport. The railway cutting down to Halbury Lane is still somewhat clear, but on the other side earthworks in the housing development have warped the alignment somewhat. That is until you reach Fairley Tunnel, which is still clearly visible, and now used as an underpass for Fairley Road. Most of the original tunnel can still be seen, but it's clear that at the west portal an extension has been added. From here, a viaduct once carried the line into Newport station. Annoyingly for us though, just as we were coming to the conclusion of this video, disaster struck.
As you can probably tell, it is a different day. We've come back the day afterwards because just as we got out of Newport Tunnel yesterday, our camera died on us. So we've had to come back today just to film the Newport bit. This is where Newport Station used to be. It's now a car park and the Mazinga Way. It's shut in 1966 and was used as a storage site for the Isle of Wight Steam Railway stock until 1971 when they were evicted. And then the station was demolished to make way for the Medina dual carriageway. The only relic around here that still exists is just behind us, which is the power station, which shut in 1920, and that's still standing to some extent. From here, trains would go up towards Cowes. There would also be a branch that went on to Freshwater, and down that way there'd be a branch that went to Sandown. So there are 4 branches from here, and none of them exist anymore. It's been completely gutted. Nothing left of the railway, unfortunately. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe. I brought the smallest umbrella, very wet. Thank you very much again, and we'll see you for the next episode, episode 3.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can always support us on our adventures via the collection pot link in the video description below. All the best and see you again soon.